know that cycle. You try to keep the house tidy, but somehow the mess always returns. You start decluttering with good intentions, but end up stuck, overwhelmed, or just plain exhausted. Maybe you've told yourself it's because you're too busy, too sentimental, or simply not cut out for this. But what if the real reason you're struggling is because you're quietly, unknowingly believing things that aren't true? In today's video, I'm going to walk you through 10 of the most common decluttering lies. The little thoughts we tell ourselves that sound harmless, but quietly keep us stuck. This is a follow-up to a recent video where I shared 10 hard truths about why decluttering isn't working. And so many of you told me it felt uncomfortably accurate. If you missed that one, I've linked it below. It pairs perfectly with what we're talking about today. So let's get into it. Lie number 1, decluttering is wasteful. We often hold on to things because we don't want to be wasteful, especially if the item still looks usable. But here's what really happens when we keep things we never use. We end up forgetting what we have, buying doubles and letting things expire or break before we ever get to them. That's not saving, that's quiet. Hidden waste building up in the background. One woman I helped had cabinets full of expired food. She felt guilty throwing it out, so she kept it, thinking that was the less wasteful option. But because she couldn't see what she already owned, she kept rebuying the same items over and over, and most of it still ended up in the trash just years later. It's not wasteful to let go of what no longer serves you. What's truly wasteful is living in a space where things are forgotten, buried, and constantly replaced. Lie number 2, I don't need to declutter. I just need to get organized. Many people think the answer to clutter is more baskets or better storage. We tell ourselves that if we just had the right containers or more time, everything would look tidy. But the truth is, you can't organize your way out of too much stuff. Trying to make clutter look neat doesn't fix the problem, it just hides it. You end up sorting, labeling, moving things around, but still feel stressed and stuck. No amount of baskets will fix a space that's too full, and more systems won't help if you're overwhelmed every time you open a drawer. What really works is starting small. One drawer, one corner. Let go of what you don't use or need. That's how your space and your mind starts to feel lighter. It's not about finding better systems, it's about having less to organize in the first place. Lie number 3, I might need this one day. This is a lie most of us believe without even realizing it. We keep things just in case, a part for a project we never started, gear for a hobby we no longer enjoy, or old cables we might need someday. But when everything becomes a maybe, we end up keeping everything and using none of it. The real problem isn't the stuff. It's the fear behind it. Fear of making a mistake. Fear of needing something and not having it. Fear of regret. So we avoid decisions and the clutter builds. Garages are often where this shows up the most, full of forgotten items we no longer use but can't let go of. And the cost we lose usable space, feel weighed down, and avoid areas of our home that should be helpful. But letting go doesn't have to be all at once. Start small. Clear one shelf, one workbench, one pile. With every item you release, you build trust in yourself and create space for the life you're actually living now, not the one you might live someday. Lie number 4, I'll do it later. This lie sounds harmless, but it keeps so many people stuck. We say we'll sort it out later when we have more time, more energy, more money, or the right containers. But the truth is, we're often waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. We don't want to do it halfway or make a mistake. So instead, we do nothing. We pile things up, thinking we'll come back to it, but weeks or months go by and the piles keep growing. The clutter stays, and we keep carrying the stress of knowing it's still there. Letting go of perfection is the only way forward. You don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to do something. Toss things into a bag, label it, crooked, fold it. Later, it's okay. Progress matters more than doing it right. Start today, even if it's messy. Clearing the clutter, even just a little, gives you peace now, not someday. Lie number 5, I'm waiting until I feel motivated. Many people think they need to feel inspired or ready before they can start decluttering. We wait for that perfect burst of energy, maybe when we have a free weekend or when the mood finally strikes. But the truth is, motivation usually doesn't come first, it comes after you start. The longer we wait, the more overwhelming things feel. We walk past the mess and think, I'll get to it eventually. But weeks go by and nothing changes. Meanwhile, the clutter quietly steals our space, our time, and our peace of mind. You don't need to tackle everything today. Just pick one tiny thing, toss one item clear, one corner. That small action creates momentum, and that's what brings real motivation. In the end, it's not about waiting for the right feeling. It's about showing up for yourself, even in small ways, and letting progress lead the way. Lie number 6, I can't afford to replace this. This lie comes from fear, especially if you've been through financial struggles. When money has been tight, it's easy to see every item as something valuable, something you spent money on, something you might need again, or something you could sell one day. But when we hold on to everything out of fear, we pay another price. We lose space, peace, and the ability to enjoy our home. Sometimes we end up using a whole room for storage instead of giving it the purpose we truly want, like a bedroom for a child or space to breathe. Letting go doesn't mean you're wasting money. It means you're choosing to stop paying again and again with your time, energy, and peace of mind. When you actually try to sell things, you often realize they're not worth as much as you thought. And the space you gain back, that's worth more than any item sitting in a pile. Decluttering isn't about being careless. It's about being honest with what's no longer helping you and making room for what matters now. Lie number 7, I don't have time to declutter. It's true, decluttering takes time. But what we often forget is that clutter is already stealing our time every single day. Every time you can't find what you need or have to move 5 things to get to one, you're losing time and energy and patience. We tell ourselves we'll get to it someday, maybe when life slows down or when we finally have a free weekend. But someday rarely comes. In the meantime, we spend more time managing the mess than it would take to actually fix it. The truth is, you don't need a whole day to start. You can declutter one drawer while waiting for the kettle to boil. You can toss 5 things while scrolling your phone. Tiny steps do make a difference, and they add up faster than you think. Once you start, you feel the shift. Less stress, less searching, more space to breathe. Decluttering is a time investment, yes, but it's one that gives you time and calm back every single day. Lie number 8, I'm just bad at decluttering. This lie is one of the most heartbreaking because when you believe it, you stop trying. Many people think they're not good at letting go. They say everything feels sentimental or it's just too hard for me. But the truth is, decluttering is hard for almost everyone at first. It's not about being bad at it, it's about not having practiced. Like any new skill, it feels uncomfortable in the beginning. It brings up emotions, fear, even guilt. And when something feels hard or overwhelming, we avoid it, and then we believe we're not capable. But that's just a story we tell ourselves. The only way to get better is to start small, really small. One item, one drawer, one pile, and with every tiny win, your confidence grows. You stop thinking, I can't do this, and start thinking, maybe I can. Decluttering isn't a test of strength. It's a skill, and anyone can learn it. Little by little, letting go feels lighter, easier, even fun. You just have to give yourself the chance to prove it. Lie number 9, this is too overwhelming. I don't know where to start. This is a lie we tell ourselves when a space feels too messy, too full, or just too big to handle. We open the door, take one look, and instantly feel defeated. I can't do this. We think so, we don't. We walk away and let the clutter sit there untouched for weeks, months, or even years. But the truth is, the hardest part is starting. Once you take one small step, pick up one item clear, one shelf, the overwhelm begins to fade. You don't have to do it all at once. You just have to stop staring at the mess and start doing something. Even big packed rooms can be tackled in just a few hours if you start. Most of the stress isn't from the work itself, it's from avoiding the work. You don't need a full plan or perfect system, you just need to begin. One thing at a time, one step forward. That's how the mountain gets climbed. Lie number 10. I don't have a shopping problem. This lie is hard to face, but it's one of the most important. We can declutter all day, but if new stuff keeps coming in faster than we let go, the clutter will come right back. Many people don't realize how much they're buying until they see it all in one place. It's not just about organization, it's about how much we own. And sometimes shopping becomes a habit we don't notice, a way to cope, avoid, or feel a little better in the moment. But the truth is, you can't organize your way out of too much stuff. Decluttering isn't just about letting go. It's also about learning to pause before we bring something new in. Asking, do I really need this? Will this still matter to me next week? Because without that pause, every empty drawer becomes full again. Every cleaned space gets buried. And we end up right back where we started feeling overwhelmed and confused about why. Until we slow the flow of what comes into our homes, decluttering will always feel like a losing battle. Real peace comes not just from what we remove, but from what we stop adding. When we let go of these lies, we finally give ourselves the chance to create a home that feels calm, clear, and truly ours. Not perfect, just peaceful. A space that supports us instead of stressing us out. Decluttering isn't about doing everything at once, it's about taking one small, honest step at a time. And each step you take builds trust in yourself. If any of these lies sounded familiar, let me know in the comments. And if you want more gentle, realistic tips to make life at home feel easier, go ahead and subscribe. You don't have to do this perfectly, just keep going. I'll see you in the next video tomorrow.